Hi, you guys. It's Yaz, and today I'm going to talk about how to get a narcissist to expose themselves, unmask themselves, reveal who they truly are. Okay? I did a reel about this yesterday where I spoke about how to make a narcissist expose themselves. And, of course, that was copied, all right? But I wanted to go into more depth, all right? They were talking about how a narcissist shows their true self or, reveals their true self. So I'm going to explain it in more depth so people understand. Just bear with me because I have a cold. So it's going to be a little bit difficult to get through this podcast, but I want to get the information out to you guys, all right? And I also have a question at the end of the podcast that I want to ask you guys that you could answer in the comments. But let me get right into it. How do you make a narcissist expose themselves? All right, so many people go with a narcissist and they don't even realize that they're dealing with a narcissist. Well, one of the surefire ways and one of the fastest ways to expose a narcissist, unmask a narcissist, reveal their true self is by simply just saying no to the narcissist, okay? Understand a narcissist's goal. Their goal is to get the supply, whatever supply you have to offer. Could be sex, could be money, could be moving into your house, whatever you're giving that narcissist. So when you say no to a narcissist and you cut off that narcissist, what that's doing, you guys, is causing a narcissistic injury. And that narcissist is going to be pissed off, okay? Pissed off because they want that supply. So let's say the narcissist was really nice, really kind, did a lot for you, maybe even was spending money on you, okay? And now all of a sudden they ask you for something and you tell them no, no, you're not doing it, this, that, blah, blah, blah. What do you think is going to happen with that narcissist? Well, you're going to see smoke coming out of their ears, okay? That narcissist is going to be pissed. And what's going to happen when the narcissist gets pissed? They're going to drop their guard. And when they drop their guard, you're going to see their true self come out, okay? That's when the narcissist is no longer going to be nice. They're going to turn wicked. And they're going to act one of two ways. And I'm going to get into that, all right? But understand, you're stopping them from getting the supply. This is what they want. They don't want love, live happily ever after in a monogamous relationship. That's what they told you, but that's not really what they wanted. They wanted the supply, whatever supply you had. I'll never forget when I was dealing with a narcissist and he was after a money supply, all right? This narcissist I was dealing with was after a money supply. And I told him no. He changed into a completely different person, all right? Like before I actually told him no, he was going out of his way to help me out. He was, spending money, trying to be like the greatest person ever, all right? The minute I said no, sorry, I can't help you out or something like that, ooh, all of a sudden he changed up, okay? No longer was spending money. Was not about to put his hand in his pocket, expected me to pay for everything, all right? No longer helpful, no longer really wanted to talk on the phone much, it was kind of like touch base now, all right? So they changed because they were only after the supply, all right? This is what it is. The narcissist was only after the supply. See, like I've said in my older podcasts, relationship with narcissists are transactional, all right? It's not about love, caring, I really care for this person. No, that's why when they say for richer or poorer, in poorer, the narcissist takes a walk, okay? Narcissists aren't about, marital vows, I love you in sickness and in health. In sickness, they'll bail on you. When for poor, they'll bail on you, all right? So they're there for whatever supply that you have to offer. So when you say no to that narcissist, the nice act stops, okay? They're no longer nice. And they're gonna do one of two things. They're either going to rage out at you, be wicked nasty, and say, what do you mean no? After all I did for you. And meanwhile, they may have done jack shit for you, but they pretend like they did so much for you. See, whatever little thing a narcissist does for you, it's always a big deal, okay? They may have spent a little money, and that's a big deal to the narcissist. And that's an investment too. When a narcissist spends money, there's like misinformation out there where people say, oh, narcissists will never spend money on you, never spend money on you. Some will, okay? And it's because they're after a bigger supply. And this is how they fool you. They may spend money on you because they're after something big. Maybe they want to move into your house. Maybe they want you to invest in a business. Maybe they want you to loan them money, okay? So they figure, they don't want to look like they're a complete taker. So they spend a little money. And this is to fool you into thinking, oh, they're not a narcissist. They put their hand in their pocket, right? No, that was all planned. That was all calculated because they're after a bigger supply. So yes, narcissists can spend money on you. But if they do spend money on you, it's because they're after something bigger, all right? Understand that. But when you tell that narcissist no to that something bigger that they're after, they're going to get irate, okay? And they're never going to put another hand in their pocket again. They're either going to rage out and say, I can't believe after all I've done for you, you can't even do this for me. Now here comes the guilt trip. Make you feel guilty because of the one little shitty thing they did for you. Oh, you should be forever indebted for life for them. Oh, I did this for you. Oh, I did that for you. Oh, I picked up your kids. Oh, I cleaned your house. Oh, I did this. Oh, I did that. They want you to be guilt tripped, to feel bad, so that you give them that bigger supply that they were after, which is usually money, okay? Money or a place to stay, usually, okay? The other thing that a narcissist, the other way they could react and will show themselves is they can run completely cold on you, all right? Then here's the covert narcissist now. This is exactly what a covert narcissist would do when you tell them no. They're going to give you a nasty, nasty ass look, right? They're going to be pissed off. They may not say anything, but in their mind, they're going to say, oh, okay. You want to say no to me? All right, I'm going to pay you back now. And the way they pay you back is by being cold, unaffectionate. They'll withhold sex from you, okay? They'll make excuses. And here's the thing with the covert narcissist. They won't tell you why they're running cold. They'll pretend like, oh, everything's all right. Oh, okay. No, you okay. I understand. Yeah. Meanwhile, they don't understand. But what they're going to do is they're going to pretend like they're understanding and everything when you tell them no. And then they're just going to ice you out. They're going to be cold as hell. All right. This is what they're going to do. They're not going to want to have sex. They're going to make excuses. Oh, I'm tired. Oh, I'm busy from work. Oh, is sex all you think about? They're going to be cold. They're not going to be wanting to sit near you. They're going to totally ignore you. They're going to be zoning out on their phones and their TVs because they're pissed off. They're not getting the supply. But they won't tell you what the reason is why they're acting that way. But it's because they're not getting the supply. And what did I tell you guys from the get-go? That's a narcissistic injury, all right? So you're going to see the true self of that person because the narcissist is going to switch up. They're no longer going to be nice. The whole nice act is going to go out the window, all right? Unless it's during the love bombing stage, okay? I always have to put a little disclaimer on here because there are always exceptions to the rule. And understand this, if it's during the love bombing stage and you say no to a narcissist, they might say, oh, that's okay. Don't worry. If you don't feel comfortable with that, I understand, all right? Because they figure they're going to give it a little more time, manipulate you a little more, and they still feel optimistic that they're still able to get the supply out of you. So they may figure, oh, okay, maybe I pushed too soon. I'm going to wait a little bit longer, and then I'm going to hit them with it, all right? So that's when, if you say no to a narcissist during the love bombing stage, they may still keep the mask on because they still feel like they can get it down the road. They feel like they could work on you a little more, okay? And that could happen. And that actually happened to me when I was dealing with a narcissist, and he apologized for talking to me in a very nasty way. And I said, ooh, look at this guy. He's apologizing to me. And I said to myself, the only reason he's apologizing to me is because he wants my supply really, really bad. Because this type of narcissist would never, listen to me when I tell you, he was a malignant narcissist, never, ever apologize. So I said to myself, if he's apologizing, and it was during the love bombing stage, he's after something big. And it's the same thing if you tell them no. If you tell them no and they're still okay with it and they're still acting a little normal with it, it's because they think they're going to break you in a little later on. Okay? They realize that maybe they asked too soon. They haven't got you really fully hooked yet. And but once that narcissist feels that they put all their energy into you, maybe put all their time, money, whatever, they put everything into you, they want payback, okay? So when you tell them no to the supply, ooh, they're going to be, they may not cut you off. Now understand this. This is what people think. They may not discard you. They may figure they're going to keep you around till, maybe you'll break. They're going to hope that you're going to break. So what's going to happen, but what they're going to do is they're going to be cold as hell to you. That's what they're going to do. If they're a covert narcissist, they're going to be cold as hell to you. They're going to ice you out. They're going to pretend like, oh, they don't have a problem with your no, but meanwhile, they're pissed off. They'll be gossiping, smearing you behind your back. If you're dealing with an overt or malignant narcissist, they're going to rage out at you and you'll know that they're pissed, all right? And this is how you're going to know, by the narcissist behaviors, all right? And this is how you know everything about the narcissist. It's not by what comes out of their mouth, it's by their actions. And this is why so many people get fooled by the narcissist, because they go by what the narcissist says. I get so many people that I coach that come back to me and they say, but the narcissist said this, but the narcissist said that, but the narcissist said this. And I'm always like, and you believe them? And you believe them? You can't believe somebody at face value, okay? You got to go by their actions, by their behaviors. And it's the same way how the narcissist exposes themselves, by their behaviors. Their behaviors will show you who and what they are. So a person who's sitting there telling you they love you, but then they don't want to be close to you, they don't want to kiss you, they don't want to sleep with you, they don't want to have sex with you, ding, 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 red flag. The actions and words are not lining up here, okay? The narcissist is exposing themselves for being a fraud, for being full of shit, okay? Because people that love you want to be close to you. People that love you want to be intimate and have sex with you, all right? So you're dealing with a fake, phony, covert narcissist in that instance, you guys. Sorry, I'm struggling here because I'm congested, right, with this cold. So you expose the narcissist, in sum, you guys, you expose the narcissist by not giving them what they want. And that's the sole purpose of why they're with you. And I told you guys in my older podcasts that you have to figure out, why is that narcissist with you? If a narcissist is with you, it's because you're offering them something. It could be anything. It could be attention. You could be a caregiver. You could be a time waster while they're at work. They like to call you to run the clock while they're at work, all right? They use you to entertain them so their time goes faster at the job. Yeah, a lot of narcissists do this. They'll call you all week long, and then the weekend comes, and then they disappear on you and ghost you because they're with their main supply, their grade A supply. So, but they're using you during the week to help them get through their work day, all right? So you have to figure out what the narcissist uses you for and just cut them off and then see how they react to you, all right? And most times, they're not going to want to be bothered with you. They're going to be cold. They're not going to be calling you anymore, All right. Or if they do, it's going to be once in a blue moon. And a lot of people will be like, why are they breadcrumbing? Because you're not giving them the supply, or they're busy with another supply, their main supply. All right. You're the backup. And that's why they're not really calling and texting you anymore, because you are the backup. Right. So it's like this, you guys. Don't give them what they want. And that mask is going to drop because they feel like, you know what, there's no point in keeping a mask on if they're not getting what they want. So now they don't care. They may even be downright cruel and wicked. They may insult you. Now you're going to really see how the narcissist really feels about you when they feel like it's done, okay, and they're not getting the supply. Let's say it's the end of the relationship and they're not getting the supply. That you're going to see the wickedest narcissist come out, all right? They're going to, especially if it's an overt or malignant narcissist, they're really going to tell you what they think about you. They're going to rip you to shreds, all right? Because now they feel like they don't have to put on the mask anymore because they're not getting any supply, and they're angry. They're not getting any more supply. So they're going to want to hurt you. It's a narcissistic injury. They're going to want to hurt you. So they'll try to hurt you in different ways. Like I said, they'll rage, yell and scream, insult you, criticize you, pick on how you look, pick on how you act, pick on your kids, pick on your family, all right? These are all things they could do. Or if it's covert, they're going to run silent on you. They're going to make you feel alone. They're going to ice you out. They're going to ignore you. They're going to dismiss you. They're going to give you the silent treatment. They're going to play all these kinds of games on you because they're pissed off because you said no, okay? So that's when you're going to be like, who is this person? What happened to the loving person that told me I was the love of their life, that they loved me unconditionally? Who is this person that raged in my face and put their finger in my face, was yelling and screaming and was breaking things? Who is this person? Well, that's the real person, not the person you met in the beginning who was telling you, baby, I love you so much. Baby, you're the greatest thing. Oh, baby, I prayed to God that I prayed to God that you would come in my life. Baby, you're it. You're it, baby. Okay? That's not the real person. The real person is the person that you told no to, that dropped their mask and was either raging at you or freezing you out and being cold and withholding affection from you. That's the real narcissist, because they no longer have to play the game. They were only putting that mask on to butter you up to get what they wanted out of you, which was your supply. But when they realize that there's absolutely no way you're going to give them that supply, get ready. Get ready for the storm, because the narcissist is going to, they're going to show you and reveal to you their true self. A person that really never really cared about you. A person that was just using you, all right? Just using you for whatever they were after, which is a lot of times money, all right? Money is usually the number one supply of the narcissist, believe it or not. Money is always on number one. And when they don't get that money and they've invested time into their bullshit games, time into calling you, fawning all over you, and they don't get it, then you're going to see that mask drop. You're going to see the true self come out of them, and you're going to see the real wickedness in them. And they're going to be angry. They're going to be pissed off that they invested all that time into you and they didn't get that supply. That's the quickest, fastest way to expose the narcissist, unmask them, and see their true self. Now, there are other ways to unmask the narcissist, and I will get into that in another podcast. I can't get all into it today, you guys, because I am podcasting and I am all congested, okay? So this has been a real struggle. I hope you like the podcast. One other thing I wanted to ask you guys that I brought up from the beginning of the podcast. I've been contemplating about whether to talk about narcissism in politics, okay? And I know it's a sensitive issue considering what's going on in this country right now. But a lot of people find it interesting. So if you're interested in hearing about narcissism in politics, all right, the things that are going on and how it's narcissistic, then let me know in the comments. If not, that's fine too. Let me know, because I want to give you guys what you want to hear, all right? All the different things about narcissism. The more information you know, the better, the smarter you are, right? So let me know if you'd be interested in hearing about narcissism in politics. Also, you guys, check out, if you're looking for one-on-one phone coaching, check out the link in the bio at askgaz.wixsite.com/thegameexposed. If you're confused, you don't know if you're dealing with a narcissist, you don't know what kind of narcissist they are, and you need help, you need clarity in trying to figure out how to deal with this person, check out that link for the one-on-one phone, confidential phone coach link, okay? How to get coaching, all right? Also, check out my YouTube at the Game Exposed Podcast, over 7,000 videos, a lot on covert narcissism, manipulation, discard, all the different tactics they use. Facebook, Instagram is the Game EXP123, and TikTok, you guys, is the Game Exposed. And have a great day.